اوكي، شو رأيك انت بالنسبة لهذه الحرب؟
The former Minister of Communications, Abu Amir, is here to tell you that what happened on October 7th is Hamas's fault, not Israel. And the people of Gaza are suffering because of them. This time, it's not an Israeli politician, activist, diplomat, or pro-Israel supporter claiming that Hamas is in the wrong. But it's about time we hear from somebody else.
اوكي، شو رأيك انت بالنسبة لهذه الحرب؟
في عندنا مثل بقول مجنون حادف رمى حجر في بير 100 عاقل أو 1000 عاقل ما قدر يطلعه.
If just one person does something so stupid which affects everybody else around him, like throwing a rock into a well, the amount of people that will be needed to fix that mistake will be at least 1,000 smart people, if not more. It was Sinwar's choice to execute October 7th, which ruined the lives of millions of Palestinians. Now, it doesn't matter how much they try and take it back, how much they try and claim it wasn't them, or how much they try to flip the script. It is Sinwar in the military wing of Hamas that ruined the entire Gaza Strip. Period.
مجموعة مجنونة بيقودها السنوار عملوا هذا التصرف، خربوا كل شيء، خربوا البلد، رجعوها 200 سنة، قتلوا الناس، ما خلوا فيش فرصة للمعيشة صارت.
When someone says there is no more opportunity for a normal life anymore, they're essentially saying there is no hope. Nope, no reason to fight because there's nothing worth fighting for. What do? You give up and you surrender because you have no other choice.
مين المسؤول عن الضرر؟
حماس وقسام تحديدا سنوار ومجموعته.
هذا حسب رأيك يا الشعب بيحكي هيك؟
رأيي ورأي الشعب.
People want to yell, "Free Palestine," all day. It's not free Palestine. It's free Palestine from Hamas. Who is the oppressor, bro? It's not Israel. For heaven's sakes, this is the former Minister of Communications in Gaza telling you right to your face, live and direct.
أقول لك في ناس ليل نهار في الصلاة بيدعوا على السنوار إنه الله يخلصنا منه.
You know all of those mosques being destroyed, the ones where Hamas hides in tunnels right underneath them? Those are places of worship, holy sites, where Islam is practiced and supposed to be respected. And you know what some of them are actually praying for? They're praying that their own fraud government, the people right beneath them as they look up and pray to God, the ones oppressing them, their neighbors, their families, their cousins, and their nation. They're praying for them to be gone.
شو إنجازات حماس بهذه الحرب؟
الخراب، مقتل أكثر من 25,000 شخص من مواطنين، تدمير أكثر من 60% يمكن أكثر بعرفش قديش من المباني، تدمير مئات المساجد، المدارس، المستشفيات، ناس كثير حاجات اتدمرت. البلد رجعت أكثر من 200 سنة لورا. هذه إنجازات حماس.
But what about the innocent Palestinian lives? What about the kids? What about the women? What about the babies being killed, right? These are literally the first sentences shouted from pro-Palestinian supporters, arguing with, fighting against, or chanting at pro-Israeli supporters as if it's Israel's fault for the loss of those people's lives. See, a lot of you keep shouting for the world to listen to the people of Gaza because they're the ones being oppressed. He mentioned mosques, schools, and hospitals, three of arguably some of the most important places to be protected at all costs. But no, Hamas does not care. They don't care about anybody, anything aside from themselves. So I'll ask you the question, are Abu's statements fake news and invalid too?
وبرأي الشعب شو بده يكون الحل؟
غياب السنوار. هذا حتى لو ضل عايش بتمشيه.
Sinwar needs to go. No hesitation, no discussion. Now. He is corrupt. Hamas is corrupt. Hamas is toxic. I mean, I'd say it's the equivalent of a prime minister or president whose people and own citizens decided to go against him or her to impeach them. But Hamas and their people, they are no government. No government with enforced law and order, with the best interest of all of their citizens in mind 24/7, would do the things that they have single-handedly done to all of their people, which has resulted in nothing but turmoil.
التمويل اللي اجى لحماس اجى عشان ايش؟
لكن في تمويل احنا وانتم تشوفوهوش بيجي من ايران للعسكر. هذا اللي جاي للخراب. المشاريع اللي للشعب هذه المؤسسات الدولية متعددة بتشارك فيها، وهذه غالبا بتيجي في طريقها الصحيح.
Remember when people used to say that it's a conspiracy that Iran is funding Hamas? No, there's no way. I mean, how could they get the money from Iran all the way to Gaza? If somehow you have managed to A, still live under a rock, B, remain as anti-Semitic as possible, C, become completely brain dead or brainwashed, or D, all of the above, then maybe it is time that you return to Earth's stratosphere. Psst, I have a not-so-known secret for you. Iran funds Hamas, tens of millions of dollars. Those rockets that you see flying into Israel, all of those weapons, RPGs, rifles that you see being used, those tunnels underground that are just being built, well, it's mostly funded by Iran. This isn't new intel that the Israeli government just received from intelligence. This isn't my opinion from afar. This is a fact that is not debatable.
اللي صار في 17
جنون. وهذا المجنون سنوار ومجموعته عملوا هذا الشيء، وهنا كل البلد تعاني منه. مش عارفين نلاقي حل. بدنا نوقف الحرب، بدنا الناس تعيش، بدنا الناس تاخذ نفسها، لا أكل، لا شرب، لا مياه، لا كهرباء، لا سرر. بلد ميت. والسبب مين؟ هذه إنجازات سنوار.
Free the occupation. Stop it. Just stop it. I'm sick and tired for the same call for action that has absolutely no justification and reasoning for being called in the first place. Put your prejudices to the side. Put your anti-Semitism to the side. Put your biases to the side. And look at this from a logical perspective. Sinwar in the military terrorist wing of Hamas achieves their goals with human suffering to just flip the script onto Israel. No more of that. None. The truth has arrived, it has been arrived, and it is time for you right now to lean into it.
قال اللي صار في 17 وحسب الدين الإسلامي.
هذا عكس ما بقول الدين الإسلامي. الدين الإسلامي صريح وواضح. كانت في الحروب الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم لما يوصي المقاتلين وهم طالعين للمعركة يقول لهم لا تقتلوا طفلا ولا تقتلوا امرأة ولا تقتلوا شيخا ولا تقطعوا شجرة ولا تردموا بئرا. بئر المياه ممنوع تردموا.
How many kids, women, and elderly were killed on October 7th? So that's what the Prophet would want? Just go slaughter people? That's what Islam is about? No, we all know that's not true. A freedom fighter fights for the freedom of their own people in accordance with the religion that they all share and identify with. Hamas does not represent Islam. They never have. Separate the two before you continue to disrespect Islam even more.
إذا شو صار يومتها؟
كفر. جنون. مش عارف إيش تسوي.
شو السبب؟
السبب مجانين.
So if you identify Hamas with Islam, then everyone who identifies with Islam is crazy. That's just not true. I know that to not be true. Hamas are not human beings. They do not have souls nor operate like humans. What is there not to get?
شو النصيحة اللي تنصح للشعب في غزة اليوم؟
النصيحة إنهم يرفضوا مجموعة السنوار، يعني السنوار ومجموعته واللي زيه. بدهم إيران يروح عند إيران، بدهم سوريا يروحوا سوريا، بدهم عند حزب الله يروح عند حزب الله. بدناش إياهم. في موتى لحتى الآن تحت ردم البيوت. نطلعهم ندفنهم. نحاول نعمل سلام في المنطقة.
I don't want them there. Amir doesn't want them there. And the people of Gaza do not want them there. In fact, the world should not want them there. This entire investigation was about uncovering the true evil, destruction, damage, war crime, inhumane treatment, and values lack thereof of who? Not Israel, Hamas. This is how Palestinian people feel. This is the life that they are unfortunately having to endure as a result of Hamas. And if you and your people in your respective home and nation had been going through experiences that led to nothing but chaos, destruction, evil, war crime, corruption, fraud, and inhumane behavior and suffering, you would speak up. Your people, your nation would speak up. It is time for you to also speak up on behalf of the Palestinians who want the truth exposed to the world. If you are unable to read between the lines at this point, then truthfully, you are also part of the problem. Amir is just one case study representing the majority voice of the Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip. Study this and begin to understand that this conversation may not continue until the evil that lies in between, Hamas, is completely removed.